Welcome to Monday night's Tilton Talk show. Just a week ago, Mr. Fun himself said he'd be happy with 4 points. What did we get? None. Nil. Zero. Nothing. The time has come for fans to show just how disappointed we are. Not one of them players this week has refused his pot of gold. And what have they given us in return? Nothing. And in the bottom three going into the international break. Here's the deal. If you feel like you don't want to play for our club, then say so. And leave. Get out. You're not wanted. If you do want to play for our club and you nice cars and homes, at least put on a shirt with the same pride our supporters put theirs on with. I'm fed up of hearing splits in the camps, players arguing and discord. You don't get paid handsomely for performing like that. Sorry, this is Birmingham City, our passion and our pride. And if you're not in it for the same reasons as we are, then do one. Let's get on with the show and weigh myself up now. Not happy. And I meant every word of it. Every single word, and I mean it. Are you happy? 4 points, that's all you wanted. 4 points.
I'd have been happy with two.
You'd have been happy with one. Anything.
Yeah, I know.
Anything. But my goodness gracious me. I mean, what the devil is going on down there?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm hearing 3 splits in the camp, players falling out and arguing and hitting each other, and arguments going on this, that and the other, people not playing for each other. You know, this ain't good enough. This is not good enough. We're in the bottom 3, for Christ's sake, going into the international break. I'm going to have a drink of water.
We're where we deserve to be.
I know.
You know, bottom 3, the international break is exactly where this group of players deserves to be.
But it's unnecessary though, because we know that group of players, and have a look at that Cardiff game, just how well they can perform.
Yeah, that game is now looking more like Cardiff were atrocious.
Unfortunately,
based on what we've seen in the last 6 games, that win is now looking more like how bad Cardiff were than how good we were. Listen, there's so many things you could throw at the players, the manager, everything, but the culmination of it all is that we are in a serious dogfight, and you know, have a look at the table. Have a look at the table and tell me who's worse than
Mark,
us.
one more. Listen to this, Nick. You've just shown more passion in 30 seconds than our players did at Barnsley for 90 minutes. I feel really, really let down, and I feel really angry.
Okay, I'm angry. I was there on Wednesday night, and I was fuming at that performance against Brentford, right? But the passion thing, lack of passion, lack of heart, lack of desire, that is overshadowing what is actually a really bang average football team. Bang average. Lack of passion, lack of commitment, whatever you want to throw at these players, right? I'll defend players on this show. I've defended players on this show before for anyone who says they don't want to win. I don't believe it. They are not helping me. They are not helping my cause, because I saw a side on Wednesday that didn't match Brentford for anything. Didn't match Brentford for one stroke, and by all accounts they didn't at Barnsley on Saturday. Didn't match them in any element of football.
I'm lost. I ain't joking, mate. I'm lost for words.
But it's so, and this is what Blues fans are like. You know, this is the whole thing about Blues fans, that they will back any team that shows character and shows a bit of fight and a bit of desire, but actually hidden behind all this talk of lack of passion and commitment and splits in camps and is the manager making the right decisions and picking the right players, behind all of that, there is a squad there with League One, mid-table League One level of technical ability. If you measure the technical ability, the ability to pass a football from yourself to a teammate, there is such it's screaming out at me the alarming rate that we can't pass a ball to each other. We have no plan whatsoever.
Everybody wants that pin up in the dressing room. I might write it and just send it on, to be perfectly honest, because that's how angry I feel. And it's not, using expletives and, going off on one. It's absolutely coming from my heart. Sheffield United sold out. Fulham will sell out. The support is incredible. The away support is tremendous. And what do they get in return for it? Huh?
Nothing.
Is it 1 goal in 8 games? Something like that, away?
Well, yeah. It's 8 in 16 in total, which is, I think it's the worst in the whole Football League. It's certainly the worst in the Championship. I think it's the worst in the whole Football League. But, I'm honestly lost for words. I don't know how you can come out of that Brentford game, and my big worry is the manager. I am seriously concerned about this manager. How he can come out after that Brentford game and say what he did. I saw absolutely nothing, zero ability, whatever you want to call it, passion, fight, desire, commitment. However you want to call it. I saw none of that. I saw no technical ability. I saw no plan. I saw absolute desperation throwing Gallagher on left wing. And then he starts him left wing against Barnsley. We've got a 6'3" striker who scored 12 goals in a side that went down last year.
So he's
playing left wing.
Are you calling for the manager to go?
I honest to God, if he went tomorrow, I wouldn't shed a tear.
Right.
I'd be more optimistic about our future.
After 4 games?
Yeah. After 5 games.
5 games?
Yeah. Well, if he went tomorrow, I would be more optimistic about our chances of staying up than I am now.
Wouldn't that depend on who came in?
Well, yeah, but but this. I heard Albion fans talking about this. Albion fans moaning about Pulis and how they want Pulis out, and people are saying, "Well, name a name then. Name a name. Who comes in?"
Nobody really named a name.
Anybody. Name anybody. Just because you can't name one replacement that has been proven to do a job doesn't mean that you have to stick with the rubbish you've got. And I genuinely don't see a way in which we can turn this round with this manager.
So the players are there, but
no,
the players aren't there. The players aren't there. So you don't think the motivation is a lot? You don't think the motivation is a lot to do with it?
What in motivation with what?
In motivating players, you don't think that's?
It's getting the best out of players.
Yeah. So isn't that down to the manager?
And this is the point where the people hate Blues fans talking about it. People hate the name coming up. But what a sensational job Rowett was doing with such a bang average bunch of players. And that bang average bunch of players has won 7 games since Rowett was sacked. It's nearly a year, and they've won 7 games, and we've scored 8 goals all season.
No, I agree. A good manager should be able to motivate.
It's
the
under 11s
out of your players. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
and Blues fans.
It's like you motivate us, don't you, Chris?
I do, yeah.
Massively.
You know what I mean?
I get on time every day.
just about. Yeah.
Through the door as you're doing the interview.
You have been docked.
But but it's about Davis. How good did Davis look under Rowett? And there's a guy working his socks off, flying into tackles, actually looking like he can pass the ball. And he's a shadow. He's a League 2 player. He's jogging around the pitch, pointing at everybody else to do the work that he was doing 12 months ago.
Is the blame down to management, players, or both?
It's the three. Listen, the situation we're in is down to the owners. The league position we're in is down to the players and the last 2 managers. So it's everybody. It is, and this situation is where we were under Clark, where there was not one person at the club that you could trust to do the job that you wanted them to do. The owners, the manager. I had no trust in the owners to make a correct decision. I had no trust in Lee Clark to pick the right team or pick the right tactics, and I had no trust in the players to do to have the ability to get us out of it. That was the situation when we lost out 8-0 at Bournemouth. I'm there again. I have no trust in the owners, even if they sacked Cottrell, to pick the right man, because they've got rid of Rowett and picked 3 wrong men. I have no trust in Steve Cottrell to make the right decisions and to get the tactics right. And right now, I've got no trust in the players' ability because they're not showing me anything.
I mean, who's going to call the club's toxic from top to bottom?
It is.
There's something fundamentally wrong going on there.
Did you see Harley Dean's interview?
Did you? Yeah.
After Barnsley?
Yeah.
Yes.
3 splits in the camp.
Absolutely stinks.
I could play
players who hate each other. Like, what did he say? We can't go away now for 2 weeks and not talk to each other. That's obviously what's happening. Mm-hmm. They're going into training. They're half-hearted training for an hour and a half, and they'll go home and they won't speak to each other. I bet they don't even speak to each other during training and before games.
So what do we do?
There is clearly a massive, massive split.
What do we do as supporters? What do we do?
What can we do?
Exactly.
What can we do?
Well, if we don't do something, and I tell you what, we are on a spiral downwards, man.
Yeah, but
we are a League One team next year.
We can't control that.
Well, I've got to do something. I'm on one today, Mr. Brown. Sorry.
I'm going to play the Harley Dean later.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Play it now so that we can just get a taste of it. You haven't got to set up. Okay, no worries.
Give
me a nudge when you have, and then we can sit and listen to that one because it is an important interview. Did you see the Cottrell interview as well?
Yes, I played that before the show.
Yes, I know. Could we play that? Because a lot of people have joined in since.
Full version,
All right.
I'll play it at the end as well.
Okay, so 2 games. We got no points, nothing, 0. International break, I think, is probably a good job, really, ain't it? At least we're not going to get beat next week.
Listen, the last international break, we come back and beat Cardiff.
Yeah.
So if there is any straws that you can clutch at, it is that the last international break we come back and put in something of a performance, and we got 3 points from it. That is the only consolation I can take from the last 6 games. You know, even the Cardiff game we won now, it seems years ago.
Next game, Forest. We're going to get mullered at that one, the way we are at the minute.
They're top 9.
Then Middlesbrough away.
Top 6.
Right. Then Sheffield United
top
away.
2.
Then, heaven forbid, then Wolves are coming to us.
Exactly. Where's the next? Where's the next point coming from? Where's the next goal coming from? When's the next time you could possibly see us keeping a clean sheet?
Then Fulham, then Queen's Park Rangers away.
QPR. Honestly, I looked earlier. QPR at home, which is 6 games away now. We've got 5 games before that. That is the only one in the next 6 games that I think we could get anything out of. Genuinely.
Yeah. I want to go home. I feel that bad. Honestly, I feel that bad about it. I don't. Do you know? I mean, I love doing this, but I don't want to be here, Tommy. No. I don't want to be here. That's how bad it is. Yeah. It's as bad as I can ever remember, and I mean that.
I think a few people. I put after the Brentford game that was the worst home performance I'd seen since Rowett had been sacked. Now it's easy straight after the event to over exaggerate a little bit, and there were a few. Obviously, we lost to Burton at home last year and lost to Wigan at home last year, which were equally as atrocious. But the way we went, the way we set out against Brentford, we're at home and we're looking for a spark. You're looking for something that could suggest that we get out of this situation, and we just let Brentford play us off the park. Brentford were excellent, by the way, and that was the perfect example of a side that is high in confidence, and us who were completely shot of confidence, and they played us off the park. They were quicker on the ball, they were quicker off the ball.
Yep.
And we just stood there, and in the interview afterwards, that was almost like our plan. We'd just try and soak up their pressure. And we're the home team.
Alison Shilton, we won't win another game in the foreseeable. Aaron Gellers, I feel the same. Nick, my optimism has gone. Steve Kimberley, hard-earned money spent and the fans singing, "You don't deserve to wear the shirt." Enough said. Play that. We haven't got it, I don't think, have we? We haven't got that clip, have we? Where the fans were singing, "You're not fit to wear the shirt."
No, I could have got it.
The toxic players have to go as soon as possible. Who would you say the toxic players were then?
After the whole game, I said Morrison Davis. Mm-hmm. Morrison and Davis, I outed them as the two because they were with Rowett.
Right.
Because they were the favourites under Rowett, I thought maybe it's them. After Harley Dean's interview, it could be, just name all of them. It could be Kushak, it could be Ian Stew because he was Zola signing, and Stew. Honestly, where is the sense in picking in Stew? What has he done this season? Just to play Dacus Cogley, play anybody at right back. Don't pick and Stew, and then 2 minutes in, lo and behold, he gets out-muscled and out-paced down the left wing and went 1-0 down.
Harry Griffiths, I'd say, get a new manager who's a big character and can sort the players out. Redknapp was, but he approached it wrong, and just told them that they weren't good enough. See that? Did you see Kuzak getting a bit silly with the Tilton on Wednesday? I think it was sarcastic applause.
He was telling them to get up for it.
Get up for what? What were you going to get up for?
You can't.
Even I couldn't get up for it. I couldn't.
You need something. I mean,
and I just sat there and sat there. That was my son's birthday present. I had to apologise to him on the way out.
Nearly 20,000 at St Andrews again on Wednesday night. Another incredible attendance.
That was brilliant.
And on Wednesday night, when we're doing awful, and there is, like I said, zero, absolutely nothing that you can be optimistic about.
George Ellis had sack Cottrell now before it's too late. I think it's too late already. If the players have got that mindset.
It isn't, is it? It's November.
Well, I know, but
it's November. There are plenty of points to play for, but it needs that unbelievably dramatic turnaround. Because there is no other way at the moment.
Alan Osborne, what's the goal? Penelope Wood, pass me the rope. Where's the next goal coming from? David Osborne.
How can you suggest that there's a goal coming? We scored one in the last four. Is it 8 all season? That is utterly woeful.
Yeah.
Absolutely woeful.
It's worse than West Ham.
Well, yeah. Yeah, but managers are going.
Well, Bilic has gone, hasn't he? Bilic.
And people are panicking. And
is this panicking though? What?
Well, they will, because I put on the page after the Brentford game and after the Barnsley game. He'll be gone by Christmas.
Nothing I'd like to see than Steve Cottrell do well. Nothing I'd like to see.
Of course, I would love him to prove me wrong and us to go on a 6-game unbeaten streak in those games we've just mentioned.
David Ricks, Mr. Fun, we can't keep getting rid of managers. It's not the answer. I think it's down to players and arguments over wages. If you've got a player on 10 grand a week playing well and a player on 30 grand a week playing naff, then the 10 grand player says, I'm a better player, yet I'm on lower wages, jealousy in the camp.
So you need somebody stronger to come in and stop that.
Then all football clubs should be given a wage structure.
Exactly. We're not the only club where there's one player on 30 grand a week and one player on 10 grand a week.
No, but it has caused us problems in the past.
Wolves have got academy graduates playing for them in the first team, and people who cost 15 million from Porto.
Peter Taylor, get Uri Geller in. That'd be a good one.
Somebody's got to come in to cut this nonsense out.
Alan Osborne wants to know if we go down, will the pies be cheaper?
No.
Oh,
do you want to quickly play that Harley Dean? And
yes, please, if we would say.
Hopefully. And please remember, mics are on.
We've got to just go back to training on Monday and get together, stay together. You can't start going off in groups and saying this about someone, saying that about someone. We've got to pull each other through, and as I said, it's going to take leaders. It's going to take people to grab people by the scruff of the neck and pull people through. And the manager's like that. Manager's very much for that. He's an emotional fella, and he gets the boys going. And I think he wants that from us. And the minute we start doing that better, and we seem like we're closer together, then I think we'll see the results. We're all gutted. We all don't want to be where we want to be, where we are, and we don't want to play like that. And we want to score goals. We want to excite the fans. We don't want to come there and not see any goals for I don't know how many games it's been. But as I said earlier, the squad, the players we've got, the people we've signed, we should be a lot better than we are. And all I can say is we will be.
We're a lot better than we are. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, what do we get? 14 players in the summer.
Yeah. Nearly 15, wasn't it?
You know, yeah. But I don't know who. Vassell. So Vassell came in, looked lively. We've been a bit unlucky with him. Colin come in, and we've been a bit unlucky with him.
Hotter.
Where is? And this is another thing. Where's the communication from the club? Because where is Liam Walsh? What has happened to Liam Walsh? What has happened to Bramall from Arsenal? What has
He looked a
happened
lively
to Stockdale?
prospect, didn't he?
Yeah.
Stockdale.
Yeah, what has happened to him?
Where are they? What is the situation with Jenkinson? Where are all the? You know, we've brought 14 players in, and we've got Cottrell back in the squad from nowhere. Like David Cottrell's back in the squad, and Davis.
No disrespect to him, but I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But Davis, he's getting away with murder at the moment. You know, he was captain. There's an interesting point, isn't it? He's captain. He was captain on Saturday.
So
the man that most Blues fans think is the source of all the problems, of all the unrest in the squad, and he's captain.
But he might not be the problem. He might not be the problem. Just because people think he's the problem,
he might not be.
He might not be the problem.
He might not be.
But there is a problem.
There's
a massive problem.
And anybody who says there isn't, or tries to tell us there isn't, is only kidding themselves. Because it's painfully obvious to see on the pitch. And Harley Jean's just admitted it. He's basically just admitted that there's a massive friction in the camp.
There were players that were signed by Rowett, dropped by Zola. Players signed by Zola, dropped by Redknapp. Players bought by Redknapp, dropped by Cottrell. No under the pockets from Steve Tarbuck.
But that happens with
every club.
Every club.
Every club.
You know, and this whole, we can't just keep sacking managers. Loads of teams do it. You know, it's not just us that has loads of managers. You know, we were normally pretty damn good with managers, actually, compared to most teams.
Yeah.
You know, so it happens all over, and it needs that one guy to come in. It only takes one right appointment, and they sort it out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Just going
Des
back to
Fox says
Davis.
on the interview, we don't want to be here. Freudian slip.
Well,
do you think it was?
I don't think it's that. No, but
I see what he's saying though.
yeah, I know.
Alison saying it was staged. Feel sorry for Shay Adams. Leaves Southampton to come here and must be gutted. Get Barry Fry to go and have a wee in the corners. It's that bad. No creativity. Only passing midfielder is Gleeson, and he can't get a look in from Reggie.
You know, and Gardner as well. What's Gardner doing?
He's doing nothing, is he?
I mean, but he's a supporter.
Huh.
He's a Blues supporter. He cannot be happy seeing that on the pitch, and he can't get in that squad. You know, he saw that on Wednesday night, how atrocious they were on Wednesday night, and then he makes 5 changes, Cottrell, and Gardner still can't get in the side.
Paul Hart wants to know if we go down when we get the flag washed. That comes up every week, the flag, doesn't it? Okay, you've noticed in the background then today some of the legends, some of these kind of people that we wish were back in the team now.
Yeah. These are all players who from our era, really. Players that put a shift in.
Proper players.
They put a shift in.
Like the likes of Roger Hind.
Yeah.
They were good players as well.
Yeah.
You know, I joke about it. I'm 28. I'd put a shift in.
Yeah.
I'm a Blues fan. You pull anyone off the Tilton and get them to play central midfield, and they'll put a shift in for Birmingham. But I don't want somebody who'll just run around and kick someone. I want someone who's actually got a bit of ability.
Warren was the Wolves have got players that want to play for them. And that was a team put together, you know, in minutes, really, wasn't it?
Well, it was. And who's their manager? You know, it's people,
nobody knew of him.
Exactly.
Didn't know of him.
People had never.
When I was laughing my socks off. I was laughing my socks off. You've got Jesus for a manager.
When you talk about who, then when you say if you're going to sack him, who you're going to bring in? Anybody. Get somebody in who's got experience of winning games.
Dave Osborne, who would want the job though? It's a poison challenge. It is. It's the club. There's something, like I say, fundamentally wrong there.
Listen, we're a championship club still. Right now, we're a championship club, and our fans are incredible. So
fantastic.
So
yeah, brilliant.
I think there'll be plenty of takers for it even now.
Do you think it's a bold statement to say that we have not got one good player?
I think we have got good players.
I think we have
Chris.
got one good player. I think he's being killed game by game. I feel so sorry for Hotter.
Oh, I thought he was on about Undoy for a minute.
Get rid. Honestly, has anybody seen?
Are you deliberately winding him up?
Has anybody actually ever felt more sorry than they did for Hotter on Wednesday night when he's been stuck out on the right wing, getting man marked by both their left-sided players, so he can't do anything, and then he looks inside. And he sees the man in the position he wants to play, and it's Ndoye. So he looks inside, and he thinks, my manager thinks that Czech Ndoye is more creative than I am. Why would you want to play? Why would you want to play for Steve Cottrell? I mean, I don't have any words for that. Poor Hotter, and then he gets hauled off after 50 minutes, and then Clifton Bell gets taken off ahead of Davis and Ndoye, and Clifton Bell was the only one trying to do anything on Wednesday night.
Do you think he'll be gone in January? Do you think he'll put a request?
I tell you what, if Derby come back in for him, he'll be gone in a shot.
Yeah.
I think you're talking about Cottrell.
No. Well, I think Cottrell will be gone by January. Yeah, but I think if Clifton Bell has the opportunity to go to Derby, I think he'll take it definitely.
Yeah. Right. Okay. All you got to do to win a prize this week is share this on your personal Facebook, and you'll be in chance for a goodie bag for next week. We'll be drawing. I think we've got the names in the pot already.
Yeah, the names are
all in the pot ready.
We're going to draw about 8:30.
Yeah, about 8:30, just to keep the fun going, shall we say?
And you come in a hoodie. There aren't any meetings yet.
How do we get out of this mess then, Chris? Go on, your opinion. You got the whole floor is yours.
I think you just have to keep changing until.
Changing. What?
I would change the manager. I honestly would.
Mm-hmm.
Now, immediately.
Yeah, I think so.
Who would you bring in?
Not even give him another couple of games. The thing is,
I mean, I don't.
What if he wins another couple of games? He's a hero.
What do you mean another couple of games?
Have you seen what we've got coming up?
What if he wins the next two games?
Have you seen what we've got coming up?
I know, but what if? Football, it's a funny old game.
It's not that funny.
It really isn't that funny.
But it is, isn't it? It's Birmingham City. We don't do things by the book.
But there's absolutely nothing. There is nothing to say. We're not scoring goals. If we were losing 3-2...
We're not creating it.
Exactly.
Even.
If we were losing 3-2, like every week, I'd say, sort the defence out and you've got something. We're conceding goals far too easily. The goals we're conceding are just embarrassing. And we don't even look like scoring. So where is that going to turn around so quickly?
It's kind of almost like my Super 6 season, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
are you still in it?
You're
in the Beezer League, you are.
Dear me.
You're so far down, I don't even bother putting you on anymore.
No, I know. I shall try and turn it round.
Yeah. I'm clinging on to 12th place.
12th, you? Yeah. What about you?
I mean, dropped a little bit.
I think I'm in the top 10.
Top 10.
You're in the top 10. I think 5 or 6.
Okay, all right. I think I'm still beating my
we
sister
know about
anyway.
football,
I'm still beating my sister. Hopefully I shall be popping down to see in a week or so's time.
Adrian says, talk sense, you can't keep changing managers. Why? Tell me why, Adrian. Tell me why we have to stick with this manager who's making
Tell me why.
foolish decision after foolish decision. Why? Just because... What is the reason why we can't change another manager?
Should we keep chopping and changing them?
But why shouldn't we? If we've made the wrong decision, and it's pretty clear that 5 games in, the list of bad decisions that Cottrell has made is is endless.
It's not really
Adrian
enough
Howe says
games,
stick with
though,
Cottrell.
surely.
He will turn things round.
What? How? Where? Don't come on and say he'll turn it round. Where is this turnaround going to happen? What exactly is he going to do?
I can't see it being the next 6 games, can you?
What is he going to do? He thinks Sam Gallagher's a left winger.
I know. Well, David Osborne's picked up on that. Whose decision playing Gallagher on the wing? That's pretty shocking. Well, that's the manager's decision.
Pathetic.
And it's the manager's decision playing the
absolutely
opposite.
mad. Adams gets dropped.
Yeah.
We got an international break coming up, a 2-week international break, and he rests Adams. He's got a 2-week rest now. Why are you not playing Adams? Where's Boga? A man who started
Steve Kimberley,
Chelsea's
give
first game
Boga
of
a
the
go.
season.
Get Keita back off loan.
Well, I mean, your Keita thing. Who's been the best player of the last 2 games? It's been Grounds. So the one position I'm not concerned about at the moment is left back. Who'd have thought that 6 months ago, when we were all screaming out for a left back? And right now, that's the one position I'm pretty comfortable with. To be fair.
I don't know why, but my laptop's not working, so I'll have to read them off
Okay.
off the other one. Or unless you could pick some up, could you?
I'll try.
Yeah, changing manager won't change the squad. We've got to wait till January transfer window. But we've got a squad that he's not using in the right way.
We've got a squad that needs to be. That needs to get. We need somebody to get the best out of that squad. We need somebody to get the best out of people that aren't playing for us at the moment.
Right, okay, so Kevin Lloyd, let's be honest, Mr. Fun, you just said you don't trust the board. They ain't capable of getting the right manager in,
That's the big worry.
Right.
That's the big worry. You sack the manager. I don't trust anybody at the top to make the right decision next.
Chris Woodley, Cottrell is clueless in my eyes, and Darren Walters, it can't be all the manager's fault, can it? The players are to blame. He's walked into a storm at Blues.
They are to blame. But they're the only ones who can get us out of it. A manager can't go on the pitch and sort it out. You need somebody to come in and get the best out of it. You need to turn the players around.
You need a motivator.
You need the players
to motivate
and coach.
You
need somebody to get a system, a plan. What was the plan against Brentford?
And one commentator that's got 2 likes on it already. Alex, BCFC Claire, I'll bring back Alex McLeish. There's a controversial one.
It is a controversial one, but I'll tell you now,
short term,
we won't lose as many as we are now. We won't get folded the way we are now under someone like McLeish. We just won't.
I think we'd survive.
But with the next 6 games coming up, we could actually play a little bit better and pick up no points. And if we've picked up no points in the first 3 games under McLeish, everyone will want him out.
Yeah. So what do you do?
Because it's McLeish.
Gregory Beasley, good call this one. We've just given Redknapp 4 million. We could have rebuilt the main stand with that.
Another bad decision from the owners, isn't it? You know, so that the last 11 months of being a Blues fan has been a succession of horrible decision after horrible decision from pretty much everybody in a position of power at Blues, be it manager or owner.
I top it off with the pink and blue clappers.
Well, yeah.
You know,
yeah,
something fundamentally is wrong.
But I mean, something as trivial as that. You know, we're sitting in the bottom 3.
Janie Tarbuck's a little bit more positive. There's still 90 points to play for, but then she says, I can't see us getting many of them.
No, exactly.
Okay, right on.
But we didn't play that bad against B6. So what's the difference?
No, we didn't. But that's
were they great though?
That's the local derby, isn't it?
They didn't come to try and play us. But they did the same as us. They sat back and waited for us to do something, and I think we did something similar. So really, the game
were up
for
it. They were up for that game, though.
You can't not be, can you?
No, they should be up for every game.
Because as angry as we are now, if they put in the performance they did against Brentford, against Villa, they'd have been killed, wouldn't they?
Oh yeah.
Stuart McDonald says, why don't they sell Chinese food at half time instead of cold pies?
Cold pies is controversial.
It's very controversial.
I've never had a cold pie, I must say.
No, not me.
Never had a cold pie. No. The last one I had, my Balti pie, was very, very hot. Very hot indeed.
Yeah.
Won't be having another one, but there you go. Wouldn't blame the board. We asked for money finally at the club, and they give it under management Redknapp, which everyone wanted.
But what?
Harry Griffiths.
Look at the announcement that came out recently about the new investor that came onto the BIHL board.
I haven't heard anything about it, really, have you?
Well, but they had that meeting
yeah.
to get him on, which suggests that maybe he was the one putting the money forward, but actually the people who are making the decisions are still the wrong people making the decisions. So the money was there, but it's no use to us if we're not utilising it wisely.
Yeah, Paul Gill. Paul Gill, there you go. It's perfect comment. We've spent more money on managers than strikers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And as many.
Yeah, but even the little things like Adams played up front on his own against Brentford. Now I like Adams, but Adams' best game for us this season was Cardiff, where he played left wing.
Yeah,
we've got Jutkovic, who scored 14 last season in a pretty average team. Gallagher scored 12 for Blackburn, who went down last season. So what are they doing on the bench? And Adams is up front. Adams, he spent that whole game with his back to goal. That is not Che Adams' game. It was just bouncing off him all the time. That's not his game. I want him to pick it up and run at defences like he did against Cardiff, which got him his goal. Every decision he's making is baffling.
Why is it we're getting so many hamstrings, do you think? We've lost Maxine now. That's another 8 weeks out she's going to be.
I'm not sure about that. I think that's a little bit unlucky.
Do you think it's a playing surface?
No, I don't think so, because the opposition would be getting them, wouldn't they? So I don't think it's anything to do with that. I think that one is just a little bit unlucky, but it's frustrating because Colin is your first choice right back, and and at the end of the day, if he's not available, then it looks like Ensue plays, which is an absolute horror show. So
don't like him, do you?
No, I don't. I really don't like Ensue. Really don't like Ensue.
Harry Griffith said I'll get a manager like Pardew, not him. Somebody who's a big character and won't just slate the players, but sort them out.
I mean, someone like Pardew, the Pardew name, I worry about that. He is a big character, but that's because he has a big ego. He's very confident in himself.
And how long has he been out of the game now as well?
Well, yeah, but I'm worried that he'd be in it for himself rather than trying to get the players sorted out. We need someone to come in who hasn't got an ego, but has the ability to come in and sort that squad out.
Steve
chuck all the money at the world at Chris Wilder at Sheffield United. They're happy throwing money around. I know he supports Sheffield United and they're top of the table, but realistically, have they got more going for them than we have?
Yeah,
I don't think they've got more.
Probably.
I don't think they've got more. So chuck all the money. You were happy chucking all the money in the world at Redknapp. Go and chuck on them all the money in the world at him, and get him in.
Steve Hayes, week after week we play 4-5-1. Should we go back to 4-4-2?
We can't keep the ball 4-5-1. That's all I'd say at that. We can't keep the ball with three central midfielders. If you took one out and just got another striker in there, we'd have even less of the ball.
Okay, and
that'd be my worry with that.
Going back to the manager, I know Terry Dempsey, get Troy Deeney in. We'd all love that, but it's not going to happen in a month of Sundays. Stuart Kindred, there's a lot who want Big Eck. What do you think? You'd have him tomorrow. Would you have him tomorrow?
I think short term yourself.
Yeah, I would, but on what we've got now, over what we've got now, I would. If we could get rid of Cottrell and get McLeish in tomorrow, I honestly would.
I did like that photo come up on Facebook with them just like peering over the top of the wall. Was that you, Mr. Brown? Was that you?
Oh yeah, that was me. Yeah,
brilliant. That was really good one. Nice one.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going off subject at the moment. I've got to say a very big get well to my son Scott, who's had quite a nasty accident at work, crushed one of his feet. A very large biscuit roller somehow managed to fall, and he's got several fractures in his foot. So Scotty, get well soon, mate. Pop up and see you tomorrow. But I won't bring you any biscuits.
No.
I'll just take him some chocolate, I think, or something like that. But no, it's in a bit of a mess. So I just hope he gets himself sorted. Do you want to know something? Do you want to know about his passion? Do you want to know about a lad's passion? There he is, right? He's out of action for a very long time. Believe me, right? okay? And he was asking me yesterday, when I went to see him yesterday in hospital, you'll be able to take me in the disabled supporters bit, won't you, Dad?
Is that what he said?
Yeah, come straight out with it yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah? More passion, more pride than any one of those prima donna players who sit in their very nice big Lexus cars or whatever they've got with their personalised number plates. Dad, you'll be able to take me in the disabled supporters bit, won't you? Huh? His first thoughts. Pff. Put it out there. Put it out there. Ladies, anything this week, mister?
Yes. So we were at St Andrews yesterday. It was actually nice yesterday seeing a team play quite well at St Andrews and win. It's an unusual feeling for me.
Oh, dear.
But yeah, so we won 3-2 yesterday against Doncaster Bells at St Andrews. Not a bad crowd. I think about 800, which
That's good.
It's a cup game.
Yeah.
So not a lot of people knew about it, to be fair, until quite late on. So
Pretty good.
So yeah, that was a good win. And we've got Liverpool away, back to league action. Liverpool away on Saturday. So it'd be good to get back to league action.
Fantastic.
So great. So a win at St Andrews, and there's an unusual.
So it's a very unusual feeling applauding and when the final whistle went. Yeah, that's for certain.
Dave Ridgway says, showing all these pictures of these legends in the background is just making me depressed. Not one of them. Not one Granger, Dace or Tatey in the squad. No, you're quite right.
You know, you could put anybody up. You know, all the people that are going along the back there. That's what hurts. You know, it is. It's you know what we've had, and the players that we've got now, you know, should be looking up to these people. You know, and there's, like I said, there's nothing. And like I've defended players, I've defended Blues players, I've defended football players in general. You know, for people who say they're not passionate enough, they don't care enough. I disagree with that on the whole. But this Blues lot are not helping my cause. Because they're not. They don't. They don't look interested. They don't look like they're really giving it their all.
So therefore, you can't defend it.
I at the moment, I can't. I can't defend this bunch.
No. Kevin French, Stuart Pearce is a good shout. I've just heard that Stuart Pearce may be on his way to West Ham as a coach.
No idea, but I mean,
maybe. Stuart Pearce is currently doing a day a week, I think, at Portsmouth.
Okay, I know he's doing a lot on TalkSport.
Doing a lot on TalkSport, and I just happened to turn TalkSport over. I didn't get the whole of the conversation just before I came into here tonight, and the other presenter was obviously talking about West Ham with David Moyes coming back into the UK tomorrow, and then the other presenter was asking Pearcey about the available coaching job that's going on there. So whether it does or whether it don't, I don't know. So that one could be a no-go. Jack Rawlins, what about the ex-Watford manager, that Flores?
Yeah, there's another guy, who's doing well in Spain, Espanyol, you know, and like I say, that's the thing. There's plenty of managers out there. You know, we seem to be in a position now where we don't have to scrape the barrel for managers. You know, unless the money's dried up, unless they're going to cut the money up and say they're not spending anything else, which is why they went for Cottrell. But that would surprise me. So, you know, rather than spend 15 million in January, spend 5 million now on a decent manager and get him out of a contract if that's what it takes.
Yeah, good call here from Jonathan Bird. Morrison hasn't put a shift in since Rowett left. How's he still at the club? Should have sold him over Shotton. I did like Shotton as a player.
I mean, Shotton after when he was sold, put that tweet out saying, "I wish I could tell the truth about what happened. You know, maybe one day that I'll be able to tell what happened, say what happened."
Which indicates there's something.
Everything that's happened this season indicates that there is something massively fundamentally wrong with that squad.
Yeah,
like on a scale that we couldn't even comprehend. The performances are showing that. Yeah. Every interview that seems to come out seems to show that.
And Al Osborne, don't start me. The Blues team do have really nice headphones. He knows that's my pay. My pet
I'm sure the Man City players have really nice headphones as well, and nobody's moaning about them.
No, but
so I'm not going down that road.
Yeah. No. Yeah, Paul Gill's got it good, bang on. Will be hard to attract players in January if we continue to remain in the bottom three. And
well, you're attract a manager. You're attracting people to a relegation scrap, aren't you?
Yeah.
In reality, I don't know.
Yeah.
Gregory Beasley says, growing up, I had posters on the bedroom wall. Would you honestly put any on your wall, Mr. Fun, and who?
Well, no.
Not one.
No.
No.
Not even Ndoye.
Unless Ndoye and Ensue are going over the dartboard. That's the only way they're getting on any wall.
I know you don't mean that.
Oh.
And a great call here from Mark Johnson. The legends never got the money they get today. Turn up and get 10 grand plus.
No.
That means nothing. That I'm however bad it gets, I'm never having the money thing. Never.
Yeah.
Man City players will earn more than probably anybody in the Premier League. Nobody's questioning their commitment and lack of effort, are they?
No,
nobody's questioning Cristiano's ability and commitment, and Messi's ability and commitment and passion. Nobody gets paid more than them.
They don't play for Birmingham City, though.
No, but you can't just throw, or they get paid this amount of money. You can't throw that around because people get paid a hell of a lot more than the Blues players.
I think why people do throw that around.
People get that around because they don't get that money. Exactly.
And we've got no chance of getting that kind of money.
It's just jealousy.
I don't call it jealousy. I'm not jealous of any one football player. Not jealous at all. I've got my lot in life, and that's it. So be it. Right? Okay. But when you see somebody,
when they don't deem somebody putting in as much as they think they should, or as much as they think they would, then they throw the money.
So if I painted half a wall, do you think I'd get paid for it?
You're not. But they're not playing. You know.
Well, if I didn't put a shift in.
This has just been sent to me by Rob Knight. I should have mentioned it earlier. He says, "Evening, Squire. Just in for footy. Did you get my point about Zola 6 signings, Redknapp 14 signings, 20 in total? Yet 9 of the squad versus Brentford were Rowett's men.
Yeah.
And the changes he made against Barnsley on Saturday. Davis kept his place. Clifton Bell kept his place. Jutkovic come back in, so there is definitely something there. But again, that's the job of the manager to stop this nonsense coming out, because you could look up and down the squads in the country and say, well, the manager in charge right now didn't sign him, but he's getting the best out of him.
Yeah,
there's going to be that the whole way through, or up and down the leagues in the whole country where managers are in place now who hadn't signed those players that they're playing. But it's a point that has to be made because the manager isn't doing that. He isn't getting the best out of the players, and it is a mishmash group of people who have been signed by different players.
Like Harley Dean said, there's 3 splits. There's the Rowett split, the Zola split, and the Redknapp split.
But that would be job one for me. If I walked into a squad with that would be job one to sort that out, to not have that impacting the way that they're playing, not have that impacting the results on the pitch.
Jack Rawlins says, whereas Cogley, do we still have him? Yes, we do still have him.
Yeah, he played in the under-23 game the day before Barnsley.
But then, there's another bright little spark that we should be, bringing through.
Would him
being in that squad be worse than Ensue? I'll tell you now, definitely not. Yeah. There is no way if Dacres Cogley played right back, he'd be any worse than Ensue.
And Eamon Colley has gone for the ultimate. We will be better off dropping down and starting again. Start bringing in the youth gradually. I tell you what, if this club drops down, it will drop out.
Exactly. The owners aren't going to stick around. If we're a League One club, they'll just take whatever they can get and run, and they'll give it to anybody. Who goes and who stays if we go down? Is someone going to come in for Morrison? Is someone going to come in for Davis? Is someone going to come in for Kushak? All these people that we're worried about. It'll be the Hotters and Kieftenbelds and Adams and Vassels that go. It won't be the people that we want to get rid of. Trust me.
Where's Harding?
Well, yeah, another one for the under-23s. Yeah, but I mean, strikers is a difficult one because I feel sorry in a way for the strikers because they're not. How are they supposed to score? We're not like you said. We're not creating chances. We don't look like we're going to score.
And cheers for Ken Beach. Man City headphones cost more than your team.
Yeah, they probably do. Yeah, so you can't. So that throws the money argument all out, doesn't it? If they can afford the richest headphones, then it doesn't matter how much they get paid.
Cottrell needs to make the bad eggs train with the youth side until January.
But that's not going to help. That's the thing. Whoever he thinks are the bad eggs. You almost need to get them back on side. You don't need to make them even more upset. Unless you're gonna, maybe that was Redknapp's problem. Maybe that was Redknapp after that Burton game where he come out and basically slated the lot of them. From that moment on, that sealed Redknapp's fate, really, didn't it?
It wasn't the brightest things to do, was it? Really?
You don't. People say you don't get enough honesty from managers, and to be fair. Even though it was surprising, Blues fans give Redknapp quite a bit of praise after that for outing those players. But actually, there's a reason managers don't do that, because it's career suicide.
Yeah, Keith McCarthy says they need to be kept away from the
yes, I
first
just
team.
saw that. Yeah,
yeah, that's
probably
true.
spot
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, why subject the under-23s to it as well?
Cottrell said the younger loan signings weren't in because they have to learn to do it week in, week out. If you ain't in the squad, how can they?
Exactly. But this is my point again. So is he talking about the Bramwell and Walsh and people like that?
It must be. Well, that's Ray saying that one.
Look at the midfield. Look at Davis is playing week in, week out, and Doy's still getting. I know he was dropped for Barnsley, but tell me, convince me that playing Walsh in that midfield would be worse than having Davis and Ndoye. Because I mean, you're not gonna at the end of the day. Tell me, Boga is not a better option left wing than Sam Gallagher. And tell me Gallagher up front is not a better option than Adams up front. Or Jutkovic up front.
Yeah, Lee Harris agrees with you. Why is Boga not getting any football?
So he started the first game for Chelsea this season. He started Chelsea's first league game of the season. But apparently he's not good enough for a side in the bottom three of the Championship.
Something's wrong.
But that in itself screams that something seriously wrong, isn't it? Where's the logic in anything that's going on?
Lost for words, mate, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, but I am. Shall we do the competition?
Yes, just give somebody a decent night.
Go on, then. Okay, then you can draw the competition.
Somebody who's got to wear Birmingham City paraphernalia, mate. Come on.
Yeah.
It's not going to be a decent night at the moment, is it? Huh?
I think all the they're all in the cup, aren't they? Yeah, they're all in the cup. So
here we go. Shall I draw one this week?
I think there was 120 odd shares last week, so quite a
Pull
few.
that down for you out the way. There you go. What are we looking?
And I think we're up to record shares this week as well.
I've got that one. And our winner is this week
Chris Brown.
Stephen Nally. Stephen Nally. There you go.
N-A-L-L-Y.
N-A-L-L-Y.
Stephen Nally, you are a winner.
Okay, so get in contact with Chris Brown and he will get you sorted out with some bits and pieces. You might not want to wear them at the moment, but we'll sort you out with some bits and pieces. And as winter's coming, if you do have a coal fire at home, then you could also put it to good use on
Put it on the fire.
Honestly, though, where do we go from here? I mean, as a club, not as supporters now. Like they've got to sort something out soon, haven't they? Surely.
But that's the thing. I put Gone by Christmas after the Brentford game and the Barnsley game.
But is Christmas too late?
They might. No, I don't think so.
Don't you think so?
I don't think so. If he goes by Christmas, you've got the January window and then 5 months to sort it out. But they made a massive mistake last year by giving Zola all that time. It's clear with them sacking Redknapp that they're not going to hang around this time. If he stays, look at the run we're on. Look at the fixtures we've got coming up. If he ain't picked up another 4 point in the next 4, he'll be gone. They're not going to hang around again. They're not going to make that same mistake again as last season. He will be gone.
Sorry, we did got a little bit of interference on the old picture there. I do apologise for that. Don't know what's going on there. Do you, Chris Brown?
Oh, yes, you are sparkling a bit, aren't you?
Sparkling, Trevor.
Trevor is.
Yeah.
Trevor sparkling. Oh, I'll get rid of that. Don't worry about that.
Looks like I've got fleas personally, but there you go.
Flies, yeah.
Rob Knight, I'll have a ladies shirt if I win next week.
Yeah. Not necessarily with the lady still in it, but
Yeah.
okay.
The BCLFC one.
And Alan Osborne looks like he's already burnt his. There you go. Could you read that one from Colin Brown for us, matey?
Yes, the first criteria is to be fitter than the opposition. These players are not fit enough. Freddie Goodwin had a poster on the changing room wall at Damson Lane. It said the height of exhaustion is when you require help to be sick. All the top players are mega fit. It's number one on their list.
What a great comment.
Wow.
I think that it. But to be honest, Colin, they're not showing any sign of getting to the any point close to exhaustion, are they? They're not. They're just not working hard enough at all. You know, I don't know whether it's because they're not fit enough, but it doesn't like they really care if they're fit enough or not. To be honest, at the moment.
Oh, that's it. Sparkle seemed to have gone now, mate.
Yeah.
I've got rid
Don't
of
know
it.
how did you do that?
Oh, I'm clever.
If you're that clever, it wouldn't have happened in the first place.
Don't pick on me.
Oh, dear me. Luke Gibbs, why not end loan deals? Do you think loan deals are a good idea or a bad idea?
I think utilised rightly, they're an excellent idea. Mm-hmm. Tammy Abraham's just been called up to the England squad, regularly going out on loan. Mm-hmm. Went out on loan at Bristol City last year. Harry Kane went on loan 6 times before he got his chance at Spurs, and now he's one of the best strikers in the world. So if you utilise the loan window well and get the right players in, and they're committed to learning and developing, then absolutely, yeah.
Shane Guff says, "Am I the only one who likes Endoy?"
Yeah.
I like
move
Endoy.
on. No.
I liked Endoy. He bossed the midfield at the Villa game.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
He didn't boss anything.
He did.
He can't boss anything.
He bossed it.
He just runs around aimlessly.
Well, I was on the centre line, so I saw it. You know, where were you sat?
Up in the top corner.
Top corner. Oh, you see her in the corner. You're watching
Right
the
at
forwards
top
and
though,
defenders.
I can see that.
But you're watching forwards and defenders. I'm watching the
whole
midfield.
game.
I was watching the midfield.
I was halfway as well. So.
No, I think he did very well. He did very well in that game. Well, so got him. Gregory Beasley, we had 30 points last Christmas. We're going to have 12 now. Come on.
Yeah.
Ouch.
And
The Wolves have already got 35, is it? Something like that?
you can forget about them. Forget about them.
Yeah.
Even though they lost the weekend, forget about Villa. I think both of those will finish top 6 now. But forget about them because we've got serious problems to deal with ourselves. Forget about any other rivalry at the moment, because there's only one thing we've got to be worried about at the moment.
He's beating them at Villa Park.
No.
He's
just can't even imagine that game at the moment. But
Adrian Howe thinks he's good as well, Endoy.
Adrian Howe thinks we should keep Cottrell. So there's my thought on Adrian Howe's opinion at the moment.
Mike Hansen and Doy, at least he puts a shift in. Come on, let's have some more Endoy. Yeses or no's for Endoy.
And Doy played. No,
Andrew Cave, I like Endoy too.
Hold on.
No, matron.
Jack and Doy played in the most creative position on the park against Brentford. How anybody can want that is beyond me. You know, somebody put a stat up. He's won more aerial battles than anybody in the league this year. Endoy. Right. Number one, where did that ball go? Because if he's winning aerial battles, if he's winning the header and he's flicking it onto nobody, or he's flicking it into no man's land and not doing anything with it, then it's pointless. And number two, he's also got the worst distribution. He has got the most inaccurate passes in the division as well. And he is being played in the number 10 position, the most creative position on the park, and it's a man who can't pass a football.
Harry Griffiths and Doy only works well with Vassell, who runs after and onto his head-ons.
But we ain't got Vassell.
Andrew Cave,
So
I
it
like,
needs to
and
change.
Doy. Well, yeah. Mike Hansen and Doy, at least he puts a shift in.
You need to go to Mr.
You're going to have to read some though, because
Specside.
for an unknown reason, mine's not refreshing. So
Yeah, I'll go for it. Wolves and Villa promoted. We are fighting relegation. Get real, says Kevin Kelly. If you think Ndoye is the cause of all our troubles, then you really haven't got a clue.
But we've scored 8 goals in 16 games, and Ndoye is in the most creative position. So actually, yeah, I am putting Ndoye at the cause of our problems, because he's in the position to make things happen and to create things, and we've scored 8 goals in 16 games. So actually, yeah, I am putting it. I am putting part of the problem on him. Yeah, he runs around a bit, but so would anybody in the Tilton.
Pete Taylor, I'm recording Chris Pugh's comments and posted them on Ndoye's Twitter feed along with his address.
Go for it.
And his address.
He can't speak English, so he wouldn't understand a word anyway.
Aaron Grant, Ndoye is already a Blues legend with a big smiley face after that one. I think that's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, perhaps, that one.
Yeah.
And does Mr. Fun need to go to Specsavers? I think he does, from Alan Osborne. And Ndoye's pants from Andy Keller. So there's a difference of opinion. We quite like
Notice
that.
he's not reading out the people that agree with you.
No.
And Ndoye, poor man's
There's only
Vieira.
one, actually.
Oh, I don't. You know, I've told him his screen's not refreshing. So if you come up with anything,
But there is only one, so I was saving it.
and Ndoye in midfield would be good, but not as a number 10. And Ndoye turns like the QE2 from Worcester.
Exactly, yeah.
I like that.
Honestly,
I like that.
Stephen Salt.
Warren wins
well and
comment
good.
of the night so far, unless anybody can come up with anything better than that one.
All well and good putting a shift in, but we can all do that. That's my point. If you just want somebody to run around and show a bit of passion and commitment, then just get 11 blokes off the Tilton, because they'll do that.
A team of Tebblers.
You want somebody with ability. We've scored 8 goals in 16 games.
That ain't good enough, is it?
It's pathetic.
It's not good enough.
And it's relegation. That's what it screams.
Yeah.
And everybody's ranting and raving about how good Ndoye is, and we've scored 8 goals in 16 games.
Paul Hipps, he's trying for the trophy tonight, this lad is, and Ndoye couldn't deliver a curry.
Yeah.
Can you read out right?
I went to Specsavers, and you'll never guess who I bumped into. Everyone. Oh, I'm glad that's
Yeah.
sorted that out.
And Chris Pearce, our problem was not signing a striker, full stop. No goals last year, and we signed Hotter and Gallagher to solve our problems. Big mistake. We haven't seen the best of Hotter yet, though,
We
have
haven't seen the best of both of them.
Well, no.
Paul Gallagher's left wing, 6'3" striker who got 12 goals in half a season for a side that went down last year. Left wing, and somebody thinks he's a left winger.
So his average would have been 24 for the season,
Well, exactly.
then. Yeah?
If he's at Blackburn all season, he probably keeps them up.
And how many's he got for us?
One.
One, yeah.
But he's playing he's either on the bench or playing left wing. It's just nonsensical.
It is a good new might chuckle at this one. Pete Taylor says, "Are we all saying that automatic promotion is not a possibility then?"
It's still a
No,
possibility.
I
No,
think-
there's still 90
I
points to
think
play
we
for.
should probably be settling for playoffs now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Do you reckon?
probably, that's a decent shout. I think. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But
I think survive might be the clue.
but with that squad on paper, we shouldn't even be talking about it, should we? Really, reality.
If somebody can get the best out of that team, that squad on paper, as you put it,
Yeah.
it's a top half squad. It is, and that's what's infuriating, because we've had Zola at the back, Zola in the second half of last season, Redknapp the first few games of this season, and now Cottrell, and nobody's getting the best out of them.
Yeah.
And you joke about it. I'm going to say his name again. I don't care. What would Rowett do with this squad? What would Rowett do with the players we've got now? Because this squad we've got now is better than the squad we had when he got sacked 11 months ago. So if we were on the edge of playoffs with the squad he had then, what would he do with this squad?
We'll never know.
We'll never know.
We'll never know, 'cause he'll never come back.
And that is the criminal thing, the worst thing that the owners have done. As bad as it was appointing Cottrell and appointing Zola and everything else, getting rid of him and not giving him the opportunity to have what the 3 managers since have had. is the most criminal thing.
He must be smiling every day.
And if anybody wants to say he didn't want to be here, the fact is he was manager against Ipswich on that Wednesday night. We won 1-0 and we were outside the playoffs on goal difference, and he was the manager of this football club. Whether he spoke to Wolves, whether he spoke to Fulham, you're kidding yourself if managers don't speak to other teams and see what's out there.
Scenario, if you had to pick Zola or Cottrell to keep you up.
Oh my God.
You had to.
Yeah, I would start preparing my route to Rochdale.
Yeah.
But
You had to.
Reprogramming your son.
oh my goodness, what a horrific thought.
Oh, there you go.
That's not a question on the board, that's mine.
I'd probably just about keep Cottrell.
Yeah,
There we go.
me too.
Just
And it was-
about. But I've only had 5 games of Cottrell. You know, we had 20 of Zola, didn't we? So
Yeah. And a couple of wins.
my fear is if we have 20 of Cottrell, then
We're gone.
we'll be in the same position as we were last season.
Unless, of course, he can turn it round.
Unless you can.
Yeah.
Because we are Birmingham City, you know.
We are. But again, football isn't. I don't think it's that funny to turn around what we've got at the moment.
Put Kuzak up front and in doing goal.
Oh, what, sorry?
There's another one.
Kuzak.
Who's that?
Kushak's distribution. How utterly dreadful is that man's kicking? And just all round pass. And Morrison, on Wednesday night, Morrison kept giving him the ball to kick out. And it was all over the shop. And I think he made 2 decent saves. But he's a shot stopper. And I think somebody put on there earlier, they think that we're missing Stockdale. I think we're missing Stockdale. I think Stockdale behind any defence will give the defence a little bit more confidence than giving it Kushak.
Good
Because
shot
his
stopper there.
Distribution is utterly awful.
Very good shot stopper, though.
But it's not helping. It's not helping the confidence of the team. If we're panicking, we're desperately panicking to get the ball away, which is, and with Kushak, that's what it is. There's no distribution. From back to front, you know, I've basically just come on for an hour and told everybody about how awful every one of our players is, apart from Jonathan Grounds, who everybody thinks is awful.
Yeah.
Um,
who was very
exactly.
awful last
Yeah.
season. Yeah.
And another annoyed comment here from Leonard, all the way from Queensland in Australia. Undoy couldn't pass water. So there's some Undoy
but
fans out there.
he's our most creative player, apparently, because he plays in the 10.
Did we
But
sign
you've just got one on you.
But no, he's put one on me. He's given me this. And Cottrell, you know, the club have done this. This is, you know, it's killing me to see us play like this. You know, it's just, it's painful.
For
It
one-
is painful to see, and it's embarrassing.
For 1.5 hours.
I couldn't care less if we had a different manager every game. I couldn't care less what the national press and every other football fan in the world thought of our managerial process. I care about what we're doing in the league. I care about where we are in the table, actually. And so if it means admitting your mistake and getting rid of the manager, if it means admitting your mistake and stop playing these players in these bloody positions, then do it. Because that's the annoying thing, where we are in the league and how we're playing. Not what other people think of us managerially.
Mr. Fawn, you sound like Cottrell. If this happened, where would we be? Mr. Fawn, you sound like Cottrell. If this happened, where would we be? Don't quite get that one. I'm trying to
I think that was
figure
my
out.
Rowett one, but it's a completely hypothetical situation.
And another,
But just considering where we are now, just imagine it.
another comment from Ann Minute, and Rowett is doing what at Derby with a far better squad than us. Get over Rowett.
In the playoffs.
They are.
I'm pretty sure they're in the playoffs, actually.
We're
So
not far
you
off,
can
yeah.
throw that one away.
Did we sign the wrong Hotter from Paddy Bennett?
Well, they haven't signed Hotter. He's
I
on
thought
loan.
He's on loan, isn't he?
And like I said, I feel desperately sorry for the bloke. He come in for $6 million. He signed for Redknapp. he come in, his interview was all about how much he was looking forward to playing under Redknapp. He got injured at Leeds. By the time he comes back, Redknapp's gone, and Cottrell's sticking him out on right wing and telling him that Endoy's more creative than him.
Steve BFC Tarbuck, do beg your pardon. God, just turned my phone sideways. Mr. Fun, you are miserable, lol.
I am. I'm bloody am miserable.
This
Yeah,
question
you're right.
would probably
It's
be
spot on.
impossible, but I mean, you couldn't really
Ladies and gents,
name your first 11, could you? Could you name your first 11 with the squad we've got?
With everyone fit,
Yeah.
Stockdale in goal.
That's you.
It would. It would be. It would be Jenkinson right back, I think.
Yeah. Colin?
No, I think it'd be either Grounds or Bramwell left back. I'll listen. Grounds
probably
has done
go for
nothing
Grounds,
wrong, so I'm
yeah,
sticking
yeah,
with Grounds.
yeah.
I think even though we conceded 2 at the weekend, I think Morrison needs to stay out the team for a bit. So I'd go Dean and Roberts.
Yeah.
I think I'd have Kieftenbeld and Walsh as a 2. I'd have Adams left wing, Hotter in the middle, Boga right wing,
No one do.
and Gallagher or Jutkovic up front. Probably Gallagher to start with. That's what I'd go.
Yeah.
Options are a little bit limited up front, aren't they, then?
You have
we're not
Gallagher or
scoring, so they are.
Jutkovic. You have Gallagher or Jutkovic, don't you? And like I said, if everyone's fit, Vassell comes in, obviously, but he isn't available, so.
So if you're listening, Cottrell, that's...
But it was if they are all fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe Vassell instead of, depending on who we're playing, maybe.
Yeah.
If we're away from home, maybe Vassell because he can utilise his pace.
Yeah, or if you're up against a big team, then...
If you've got 2 big centre halves, then maybe Gallagher instead.
Yeah.
Well, sad news about John Terry over the weekend, but there we go, we'll leave that there, eh?
Terrible news.
Terrible news.
Maybe a minute's silence for that one. Yeah.
No, we'll have a minute's silence next week, as we always do on the Tilton Talk Show, obviously for Remembrance Day, and we shall be honouring... Did you see that bench that was delivered to us the other day, Chris?
The what?
I know I'm going a lot bit off blues at the minute.
Bench?
Yeah, the Forces Charity.
No.
For those that don't know out there, my other half lost a son in Afghanistan, and a charity came up a year or so ago with a bench and a fire pit, and the bench has got a big pop
Oh,
on
I
the
did
back.
see it,
and,
yes, on Facebook, yeah.
absolutely beautiful.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was donated to her. Yeah, she's over the moon with it, bless her.
That was brilliant. Well done.
And then we have half a day of good luck, and then I find out that my car hasn't been taxed and got fined for that.
You got fined?
Yeah.
Oh, I've done that. I've drove without an MOT
Yeah,
for 2
so,
months. Yeah.
and then the bad luck continued this week with Scott, and then the Blues are playing like they are. Anyway, back to it.
Yeah.
Back to it. Mr. Fun, you any good on the pitch? Please help us out, mate, from Bleepy.
No.
No.
Unfortunately, I think I'd only make
Somebody else asked if you've got your badges yet.
My badges. I'm on the way, yeah, I think, yeah.
No, not Blue Peter badge.
yeah.
I think they mean coaching badges.
Yeah.
And Daniel Parker says, show the ambition and back the manager in January windows so he can bring in his own players. Ooh. So that's going to be 4 lots of splits.
Exactly. You're going to have Cottrell's players who don't talk to anybody then.
Oh, dear me.
Pete Taylor said you'd play Berger over Adams. No, I'd go Adams left and Boga right.
Right.
And then
And you
Hotter.
haven't picked a leader.
That's what's annoying. We've got both centre halves were captains of their team last year. Dean was captain of Brentford. Roberts was captain of.
So who would you make captain out of your team that you just picked there? Roberts.
Yeah.
Right.
But Roberts is a captain. Dean's a captain. Morrison's supposed to be a captain. Davis is supposed to be a leader. Gardner's supposed to be a leader. There's plenty of leaders in that group, and they're all fighting each other. That's the problem.
Mark Protty, don't worry, Mr. Fun will have his poppy on next week, as that's the most poignant day.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
Yes,
that. We'll
yes.
sort it out. When it's not working, why do managers leave it 60 minutes to make a sub when it's obvious to everyone else? From Ray.
Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I don't know.
Daniel Parker, stop moaning and back the team. We've got to moan. We've got nothing else to talk about, man.
No. What are they giving us to back them? We're backing the team week in, week out.
Absolutely.
We sold out
Yeah.
Sheffield United. We're
Fulham.
going to sell out Fulham.
Yep.
We got 20,000 at home to
Yep.
Brentford on a Wednesday night.
Yep.
Pretty much sold out the Villa game.
Big crowd
We are
went up to-
awful. We are truly awful We are showing nothing on the pitch to support us, and yet we're still backing them. So actually, questions I've got to be asked. It's all well and good saying, don't rant and rave and get behind them.
Steve Tarbuck has put Ndoye in goal. Daniel Parker's fought for choice up front. We're not really that, are we? If Man City signed Jesus, we should sign Moses. And Penelope Wood says my old man scores more than Blues.
I wouldn't know anything about that, but yeah.
Great comment, though. Great comment. Very funny. Very funny. Dear. International week, then.
What a joy.
Beautiful.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, some
Thank
great,
God we can get back to
wonderful,
the joy of England.
Boring international football.
Finally. Some decent football.
Stephen Nally's name, by the way, though.
Okay,
you better take that one just in case I lose it.
Some proper football.
Are you going to watch it?
Where we can actually enjoy watching a game of football.
You're going to watch it?
Yeah, because what, England, Germany?
Yeah.
Yeah,
only
I
a friendly,
think so. It's England, Germany. When is there ever a friendly with England, Germany?
I might watch it with my headphones on.
And then it's England, Brazil after that. Two teams that are going to be at the World Cup next year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And nobody's interested.
Okay, hang on.
Can't be bothered watching England, Germany.
Sorry?
Immensely disrespectful.
Love it. Can we have one more?
Hang on.
Oh dear. I've lost the plot. Go on, carry on.
England versus Germany.
Sorry.
I don't think you meant to put that one.
Oh dear. I'll probably watch it, to be fair. Well, I'll be in the pub, let's put it like
You
that.
should do.
Well, yeah, but I've
It's
lost...
England versus Germany.
I've lost my joy with international football.
You keep saying.
I've lost
You've
my
got
mojo.
What have you got at club football? We've got nothing at club football to enjoy. So
at
why
least-
not? Why not?
at least
just
we're
watch
consistently
England and
bad.
Be happy with it.
But at least we're consistently bad. Hey,
Fantastic. That's
Mick
something-
Bristow,
that's
wish the
something
players
to be
would look up and see the passion that the fans show week in and week out. Where's yours? Well, Mick, I can tell you now, there wasn't a lot of passion at the Brentford game, was there? Very,
Well,
very
no, it
quiet.
was, the atmosphere was dead.
Flat.
But again, 20,000 turn up.
incredible.
You need something. Whether no matter how many turn up, you need something to get you
isn't
going.
that the extra 5,000 that Harry brought in season tickets?
It could possibly be.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I'm guessing they feel a bit shortchanged now.
I would say so, yeah. Not half.
What the season ticket sales will be next year then? That's going to be interesting, isn't it?
I think it's going to be down to who's in charge, surely, and whether we survive this league.
Exactly. If we're in League One, it's going to be awful, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Greg says our form is consistent. Well, it is, I suppose.
that,
Isn't it? Adrian doesn't do international friendlies. I don't do international football really at all. I've just lost it. I used to go to every one, but I've lost the joy of even thinking about it. There'd been a time if England were playing Germany, I would have been first in the queue for a ticket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, great show again, lads. Look forward to listening to you more.
The Blues now.
Blues now. Oh, that's good. Good. Thank you for that. So I've got to read them sideways because my I don't know why, but I've tried it on several different sites, but the refresh on the shoutbox thing won't just go static.
Well,
so
it's working on mine and working on.
I know.
Working on mine.
I have to keep stopping and starting.
That's what you do when you get to Aldi's,
Me.
your computer stuff. So.
Me. Right. Okay. Not a lot really that you can say now, is there? Because we've covered it.
Yeah, well, I think so. I think I don't think there is a lot more to say.
No. This is
But you-
interesting.
Again, though, the same as after Hull, after the horror show at Hull, where we pretty much had a very similar conversation than we've had tonight. They've got 2 weeks. Whether you want Cottrell to stay or not, whether you think he should stay or not, he's now got 2 weeks to somehow turn this around again. Like I said, the confidence in me isn't there, but.
See, if you was a manager, how would you pull all these factions together? What would you do?
I don't know.
Individually,
I mean,
collectively?
I think it's got to be collectively.
Yeah.
because individually you're just pulling different people in. You're telling people things. So you pull Davis in and you ask him what his issue is, and then you talk to him, and Davis goes away and has another rant to somebody. So I think it has to be collective. I think it has to be a lot of time on the training ground again, because as much as there is obvious divisions in the playing squad, they're not prepared. They don't look like they're working on things in the training ground. So there has to be a lot of work on there as well, and I don't know. I think that's the only way. That's the only way it can go. It has to be. It has to be a collective effort. But do the players believe in Cottrell to do it?
I don't know. Yes, sir.
I did mention this on Twitter, and somebody else has mentioned it twice tonight. So that maybe we should get the players to actually watch this show. Maybe they should be.
Well, do you know,
forced.
I was
I'm not sure about that.
Earlier,
I don't think my ranting and raving at them is going to help.
I remember saying hour and a half, and then you were talking about something else, and I lost that a little bit. But I just said an hour and a half tomorrow should be spent with the training ground, with this screen and those comments. All right, and every single comment that has been on there displayed
there's over
and
800
read out,
comments. They can't all be wrong.
one after the other. And my opening statement tonight, I stand by it. I absolutely fundamentally stand by it, and I mean it. And
Adam Chambers, they don't even look like they get on. They don't.
No.
They don't look like they work. They don't. He gets to a match day and it looks like they've never played together before. And it does. It looks like 11 strangers playing every week.
I'm actually going to copy and paste my opening notes and stick them in the comments right now. There we go.
Make them all put the keys in the bowl. Okay.
Don't think that'll help.
He's not playing.
No, it's good job he didn't sign him.
No. If we're still in the bottom three after January transfers, what happens then? Let's look honestly. Who's going to want to play in a relegation battle? Well,
depends if the money's there.
So it is down to money then?
Not all, but if you're a League One player, if you're a decent League One player or a player in the Championship that's not getting game time, and you get the chance to come and play for Blues to keep them up, then people will come here. I honestly think they will, and like somebody said about the managers as well, is it a poison chalice? I think it's a big club, isn't it? That people are, the fans are coming through the door still. Like I said, I think people will definitely come.
Yeah, imagine Ndoye listening to Mr. Fun. That'd be funny.
That might just kill him off.
We will have to watch them, not want to talk to them. Might be kids listening. And Adrian says, no, that would depress. That would depress.
But having said
more.
that, you lot all out there are really, really good, because we very, very, very rarely see any bad expletives on the boards whatsoever.
No, it's been quite
and I know it's part of our rules and guidelines, but
somebody says what happened to the phoning.
The show isn't there. That's not what it's about, is it? Control.
No, we were going to have a phone tonight, but the person who was going to phone me decided not to phone me.
Oh. So our people have stopped talking to their people.
Yeah. But look, if you want to phone into the show anytime, just message me and we will accommodate you.
What time is it? You got 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Right, I'm just about to put my opening
notes.
Put
your number on the thing and we'll call you in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Just about to put my opening notes on the box then, and then anybody wants to send that to the club, you're very welcome to.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
Summed it up really, isn't it? Can't say much more. Can't say a great deal.
Yeah. Nick's opening statement was the best bit of the show tonight. Everything he said was spot on.
Thank you very much for that, Darren. I appreciate what you said there, but I tell you what, mate, it comes straight from the heart. And I knew I was going to have a tough time writing it tonight, because I got here and I was a little bit late I was about 5 or 6 minutes late, and there was a queue at McDonald's. And but I just sat down, cleared my head, and just blah, 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 and it just comes off. There it is. That's the statement there. Boom. I'm not happy. And if anybody at the club wants to take me up on it, I'm sure they can find out my telephone number quite easily.
I mean, I don't. That's the thing. Anybody could put that to the club. You won't get a response, will you?
No.
So
no.
and maybe that's the.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the sign of where we're at the moment. But.
Well, the show's nearly over, and my shout box now started to work. So for the first time tonight, I don't know what I've done.
And we've carried you this whole show.
Yeah, I know you're great, you guys, aren't you? Arlie Dean is the only one who seems to be hurting from Neil Hopkinson. Arlie Dean is the only one that's really been interviewed, though, hasn't he?
Yeah.
We're hurting as supporters.
But it was interesting that what he did say, because it wasn't really the. I mean, they interviewed David Cottrell as well as Steve Cottrell after the Brentford game, and it was pretty cliche what David Cottrell said. So for Dean to come out on Saturday and say that, maybe he is, even as he's one of the new players, maybe he's got no allegiances to anyone in the squad and he thinks he might as well say that.
Yeah. Pete Taylor says somebody print that statement out and stick it on Wasdale's gates. That would be fine. I can't do it because I live the opposite side of the world. So, and here's a. You see that top one there, can't you? Undoy can't speak English. Well, that's got to be a problem, hasn't it?
I think it probably is. I certainly don't think it will help. I don't think it's the fundamental reason why he's not playing very well. But
yeah. And for somebody who wants to know where that statement was, just scroll down about 30 or 40 messages and you'll see it. Yeah. You'll see it. I'll actually make it my Facebook profile, I think, a bit later, see if I can get a photograph of it and stick it on.
Or just listen to the podcast.
Or listen to the podcast, yes, on Sound. Is it Mixcloud or SoundCloud?
Mixcloud. We're on YouTube as well, so don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can hear this again, but in a better quality.
And there you go. I've just shoved it on my own personal Facebook page, so if you're on there, you can find it on there as well. So, boost, gone.
Good
stuff. I usually call each of the shows something. So the one the other week was the one after Harry left. You know, like they do on Friends.
Yeah.
We had the angry one 2 weeks ago.
We did, yeah.
Tonight's has been called the very angry one.
Yeah.
But what we want to do is thank you all for listening in. As always, you are the reason that we do this. Your comments are absolutely brilliant. You've been marvellous with us tonight because all we've done is rant and go on and go off on one. We've got every reason to because things aren't looking very rosy down at St.
I think, it makes me laugh when Arsenal fans rant and rave on national radio and things about how bad they are, and Man United are not happy at them. Man United fans aren't happy at the moment, but when you go through a run that we've had the last 11 months, I think
7 years.
Well, yeah, but especially in the last 11 months,
yeah.
every one of these people, every one of these comments tonight, who are having a pop and saying that they're unhappy, have every single right to be unhappy. At everyone at the club. Every single person.
Hey, it's difficult being a blue nose, and for all you younger people out there, this is what it's all about. Month in, month out, year in, year out. Ups and downs, joys and sorrows. It's a long, long road, but nobody ever told you just how long it really is. It's going to be a hard slog, but what do we do? Going. We're going to have to stick together. We're going to have to rise up, be that 12th man. How long for, I don't know, and how long it will be before people start drifting away.
Well, look, Blues fans are Blues fans. They'll be the 12th man if we're in the conference, won't we? So
yeah, the hardcore will. Yeah,
they'll still be there. So. Yeah.
Oh, well, Mr. Brown, thank you very much. And Buttons over there, thank you very much as well, young sir. Well done, you. And as for yourself, my friend, yeah, great. I'm sorry it's been one of them shows, but unfortunately, that's the way it is. That's the way it is being a Blue Nose. That's the way it is. All right, thanks, lovelies, for listening in. Take care. Have yourselves a good week, a good international break. We'll be back next Monday to discuss probably loads more of the same, and we'll do a little bit of an international theme next Monday as well. Competitions, don't forget, all you got to do is share the programme on your personal Facebook page, and you are in for a chance, in for a shout of a decent little prize. We'll see you back here next Monday, 7:30 through till 9. That's what we do, and good night, God bless, and see you next week. Good night.